All right, guys. First off, Happy New Year. Oh my God, dude. By the time I'm recording this, of course, it is December 30th, but I'm gonna be posting this on the 1st. So, this is your New Year's gift. But here we are. Oh my God, dude. This took me freaking 20, 30 minutes just to find every single Dokkan Fest that has been released. So, there we have, there we go. That's the reason why it took me so long for this. Second, take this off, is for those that don't know, I'm using a website. I think some people are starting to use this now for tier list. It's called Dokkan Stats. It's basically a website where you can calculate damage per unit depending on what links are activated or what conditions have been set. In this website, there's a feature called tier lists, or a tier list feature, where you can actually make your own tier list. Now, there is a community tier list for certain things already. I'm just doing it specifically for Dokkan Festival units at the moment. I do plan on making an LR version of it, hopefully before the 11th anniversary, just or at least the day after. I have videos already prepped up after the day, anyways. So yeah, this is gonna be a very lengthy one. The way I want this tier list to be set up is it's by default. I believe the way I want this to be set by default is tier Z is going to be, yes, you are literally good anywhere, no matter what situation the unit is going to be put in. The unit can dominate, the unit can support very well, and functionally, they are out of this world, and they are worth summoning for. And then everything below that is flaws. So S tier is you're pretty much the same as C tier, but you're like one thing less. So it could be a specific situation where they cannot dodge, but they can dominate everywhere else. So like GDC, for instance, they can probably dominate anything in GDC and above, and that's pretty much that. But with Z tier, they can pretty much dominate not just GDC, but in the newest typical content that's going to be released in the future, which I believe that right now is the Red Zone Artificial Life Forms event, which I have not tested out yet. But I know certain units that are really good right now might not, I could say, are not too effective on there, but can be effective everywhere else. And then A tier is a couple of notches down. Like, you can do decently well at GDC, but not really. B tier is maybe not GDC level, but can work everywhere else. And then C and D are just probably the bare minimum of hard difficult content. C is probably just battlefield, like, not battlefield level. I could say like super battle world level. And anything below that is just, the epitome of defeat. D is bare minimum, and F is just the epitome. Okay. Without further ado, we're going through the entire list. Now, I could just spam through this entire list and do this under an hour. I could do that. Or I could just explain each and every unit, which will take 2 hours, which I do not want to do considering my time and my sleep schedule. So yeah, let's do it right now. Gamma 2. I have not tested Gamma. I have not. Well, I've tested Gamma 2 already. I personally think starting off with Gamma 2 and then switching into Piccolo is. I'll be honest. I feel like it's a small fumble for Gamma 2 and Piccolo. Piccolo is great. When you swap into Piccolo, great unit, great balance of defense, can tank, and can do a pretty good amount of damage. That's mostly you're getting. Plus, the active skills are really good. I can say, yeah, active skills are really good. Permanent 30% attack and defensive buff, which, by the way, in active skill terms, it's a really large buff. And then for Piccolo, giving good support for superheroes, that is honestly phenomenal. The only issue I have is with just Gamma 1 alone, where even though not Gamma 1, what I'm saying, Gamma 2, when he has damage reduction in his kit, but you mostly want him to be in slot 2 or 3. You can put him in slot 1, however, we have events that cancel dodge. I repeat, we have events that cancel dodge. You can make him a really good lead, but you don't want him to be in slot 1. You don't want, you technically, you can if the events allow dodge. Otherwise, he's almost a fish. I am scared that when he gets tapped by normals, it is a huge amount of damage more than if he were to get supered, which he'll probably get destroyed. But Piccolo is pretty much the only balance. I think the reason why they made him this way is so that you can prioritize just using Ultimate Gohan and Gamma 1 as your slot 1 unit, and then having this guy as your slot 2 unit, slot 2, slot 3 unit. That's the only difference. But what if he gets into slot 1 and he gets locked? You see these other situations coming up? Now there are some weaknesses that are coming into this unit. So, leader skill is great. That's the first thing I'll say. Leader skill is great. Piccolo is great. That's another thing. He is a stacker. And he will do a lot more damage. I personally think, if I can say this correctly, the unit can do damage. Sort of. You just have to make him be in slot 2 so that he can actually do more damage compared to if he was in slot 1 or not. But I'll put it at this for now. Maybe I'll put him at A tier for now. And then if I use him more later on down the line, then I can push him up probably by 2027 or the end of 2026. And you'll see where I place him before compared to now. Gohan, there's really no need for an explanation. He is insanely busted as fuck. I'm legitimately serious. He is busted as hell. 17 and 18. Oh, I probably don't need to explain much about them. They are a great nuke. They have a great active skill that has a Ghost Usher. Phenomenal, actually, because they can activate this turn 1. They stack, they get additionals, and they fit on Android 16's team. They can technically beat every stage so far. Let me pull them up, actually, as a double check. Yeah, they have damage reduction, they have dodge, and they nullify Ki Blast Supers. That's right, they nullify Ki Blast Supers, which is huge. And a lot of enemies do have Ki Blast Supers, especially in GDC. So you know what? I'll put him here for now. The only issue is probably if they get slot locked and there's a super attack on... If another unit outside of them probably gets slot locked, or they get slot locked, and let's say you have a scatter effect, or you do get supered, and if it's a Ki Blast Super, you cannot nullify it. But if it's not even a Ki Blast Super, they can potentially tank. It just depends on the situation. But I'll just leave them right here. They are a very good ECA. They're just a really good ECA. Like I can't really complain about it. Can I just, you know what? I'll just do it this way. There we go. There we go. What's next? Oh, I don't have him on JP, but I have him on global. I have not tried him out yet either. I heard he's a very good ECA. No, what am I saying? I know he's a very good ECA. What? Hold on. Wait, is that it? Is that it? Okay, I was like, wait, what? Did I do something wrong? Oh, yeah. Uh, he's a defensive juggernaut. Yeah, he's a defensive juggernaut. There's really no need to explain much about him. Honestly, even if you did give him dodge, he tanks really well, getting a lot of defense. Everywhere. Guard for 3 turns, that's fine. Even if it's just once in short defense, he is probably going to do very well tanking wise. And his active skill gives him guard too, which is insane. But I'll leave him right there. Dude, every Gohan unit so far is doing pretty well. Ah, yes. Let's talk about his EZA. because I've already done a showcase on him already. I have to say, personally, I've had better luck with using chunks more than everyone else. I know not everyone doesn't like when a unit is only a one-trick pony, where where a unit, if a unit, like say this chunks for instance, is just dodge only, you better pray that this unit can take a normal and or a super. If they don't allow dodge, but you can get 100% dodge with this unit. You can. I can say that for a fact. You can give Trunks a better. Oh, actually, I might change my mind on Gamma 2 after I talk about Trunks, but personally, I'll leave him at A tier because he can dodge pretty much in most events except for those that cancel dodge. But for the most part, this Trunks is actually not too bad. I just think people over. I don't know why there's hate for Trunks, but he has a use. He definitely has a use. Six. Oh, let me move him up here. I might change my mind. I'm gonna keep changing my mind on this guy. He's on both, literally at the cusp of that. But I think his exchange actually worked out. 16. Very solid leader skill. For androids, androids got a huge buff in a month and a half. Not just that, with the Gamma 1, with the exchange Gamma 2 and Ultimate Gohan, plus, oh, wait, I'm saying this wrong. With the exchange Ultimate Gohan Gamma 1 and the Gamma 2 and Piccolo, the android team just got a huge buff out of it. I'm dead serious. The android team got a huge buff. And on top of that, there's some other units that do come in here, like the new Banner 17. Don't even talk. Don't even, dude. Android's got a huge buff, and he's leading that entire team already. So he fits there. Plus, if I bring his kit up right now, he's also a tank, and he deals a pretty good amount of damage. Pretty low at first, but then as you know, longer paces later on in the fights, he does get better. Support is great, has damage reduction, and guard if you get his intro, which you'll probably will because you have androids on the team. It's just that good. It's just that easy to get. Active skill, it really depends because of this. It does take a little bit, but it works. Now, where was I? So, take this off. Let's go into Daima Goku. I have seen screenshots of Daima Goku getting slaughtered in the new red zone. I have not done the stages yet. I cannot confirm that shit in my defense. But I know Daima Goku is very good. He has a great lead for demonic power, and there are plenty of good units that fit under, including Goma. But he is very, very good. I probably recommend him for a lot of events. Even that's right. He counters Q Blast Supers, which is huge for GDC fights. I personally would put him here. I personally would. But I have not tried the new red zone stages yet, so I can't really determine that fully. But I personally think he fits up here because he can beat every single piece of content. But at the moment, he stays a Z tier. Nothing more than that. Baby. I've had my fair share of experiences with this unit. He is very good. Very good stacker. His active skill helps when you least expect it. His giant form does help a pretty good ton, just so you can avoid damage. He can dodge, and he has guard. My experience with Baby is just been outright. It's not atrocious. It's just the fact that he cannot dodge for the love of his life. And he has dodge in his kit. Oh wait, I've talked about dodge on some of the units already. I forgot to notice that dodge is chance based. Oh, well, whatever shall I do? Well, he is very good. In my experience, he's personally here. He's great though. I'm kidding though. He's great. He's great to be in this slot. It's just that my personal experience, his dodge fucking sucks. You can take a look at my initial showcase of this guy. He has not my 55% baby cannot dodge for the love of his life. It's just not fair. It's really just not fair, bro. Golden Frieza. He's a fun unit, guys. I love this Golden Frieza and Gogeta unit. So fun to use, I swear. Even at 55%, he can clear a lot of the content that exists in game right now. Uh, Gohan and Goten and Trunks. I don't have too much experience outside of the initial showcase that I've done for them. Right? Yeah, there are Hybrid Saiyans lead, and I desperately need more Hybrid Saiyans. If I can, if this, I'm pretty sure this unit's gonna come back during the 11th anniversary banners, which if they do, I will probably either coin them or try to pull for them along with the new units, so that I can at least form a Hybrid Saiyans team. But if they don't come back in the next banner, uh, hopefully I can just coin them. But this unit is very good. Very good unit. I haven't, like I said, I haven't had too much experience with using them, but they can do work. Okay, Gohan can tank. And does he dodge? I forget if he dodges. Damage reduction, defense. He does get a lot of defense too. Damage reduction. Well, he does. No, I think it's just when you go into Goten and Trunks, is when they can do a lot of damage, and they have dodge too. So really, if you wanted to, I personally just stick with Gohan through the rest of the fight, and that's it. But I know how good he is. Gohan can stick up here if he wants to. There is no definitive ranking. It's just how I feel that where each unit can stand on their own. And Gohan does fit in that category of being in D tier. Ooh. I've heard the controversial shit that's happening with this unit. I use them. I love them a lot. When they came out, they were the best unit in the game. And now people are saying this unit is overrated. Oh, this unit's trash. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I love the way this unit is built. I know some people don't. And I know they may or may not be able to do enough damage. But I can confidently say I like them here. You can argue that they're here and that's fine. But I can comfortably say that they're in S tier. They can do a lot more in various parts of the content outside of some of the more difficult ones. GC. Yeah. So I'll leave them here. They're fine to be here. It's arguable that they're in A tier. You just have to convince me. You just have to convince me that they're not even in S tier in general. Oh, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. The Int ECA one. There's some good things about him. You can put him in, the reason why you put him in Solid 3 is so that you don't conflict linking, you don't conflict any linking issues with other Super Saiyan 4s, including the HDL Carnival Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Which, this guy, obviously, you don't get into that situation very often because you always put him in Solid 3. I would recommend it, of course, but you don't have to, but that's where most of his damage will come from. Second, he does counter any super attack. That's a good thing about him. The other thing is that the only downside is that his turn buffs only last 9 to 10 turns, which in regular events nowadays, they kind of last. They don't last longer than 10 turns now, or actually, no, 11 turns, my bad. They don't last that many turns just because, thanks to GDC, fights are now less than 10 turns. Or less than, or they're just very short fights compared to the first half of this year, or 2025. So, personally, I think this is particularly fine. I personally think he's in S tier. He can dodge any super. He can counter any super. It's just that, whatchamacallit, uh, his turn, his, whatchamacallit, his kit is, I wouldn't say his kit. Some of his buffs are temporary. His counter is what's temporary. I believe everything else is the same, except for his, not guard, damage reduction. But he's fine. I think he deserves to be there. Mmm. This is rough. This is rough. Omega Shenron. I've used him a lot. Even in my GT bosses team, I use him a lot. What can I say? I can say great support, does a lot of damage. You want him to be in slot. You want this unit to be in slot 3, actually. You can put him in slots outside of that, depending on the rotation. But that's where I would stand with him. Can he tank? Yeah, he can tank. Let me pull him up actually. Super easy. Do I not have him on here? Or did I miss him? Hold on. It's like, where is he? There he is. Support for GT bosses. Yup. Huh. Oh no. Yeah. 60% damage reduction, 60% crit. So in a way, yeah, you technically do want to see in slot 3, but it depends on the rotation. But I can say you can probably do fine. Really. I haven't tried him in GDC content yet, so I can't confidently say he could be an S tier. But he's right here for now. Really good support though. Really good. Goku and Vegeta. Oh boy, they're both technically the same freaking unit. Well, actually, no, they're actually not. They're not anymore. Used to be until what you call it? Let me pull them up. How do I get them? Not through here, but through you. There we go. You go to GT Heroes. And then I go to you. Personally, I know Goku is way better than, oh my god. There we go. I know Goku's way better right here than Vegeta. Let me see. There's a high chance of nullifying counter. High chance of nullifying counter. So they do almost the same exact shit. Yeah, but the only difference is that Vegeta doesn't get more defensive buffs. That's probably the only issue. They link really well together. It's just that Vegeta doesn't get as many defensive buffs as Goku does. So that's where the line is drawn between both of them. Personally, I feel like he can be down here. He's a great EZA. Don't get me wrong. He can work. He can do his work. So I personally think he can fit down here. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, but I'm debating he could be an A or an B, but that's where I stand with him. Vegito, probably don't need to do too much on him. Rose, he can tank and guard, but he has to stack it. And the way that enemies are dealing damage now compared to before, I just wish there was a faster way to keep his damage reduction up, or to get his damage reduction as fast as possible, besides having to be in slot 1, and then taking a bunch of hits so that he can build it. Which is, the max damage reduction and guard is fine. It's just that, with enemies hitting so hard, it might be an issue for him, especially with normals. Oh. I'll put him here. Great LR. Love this dude so much. Actually, personally he fits up here, but great LR. Oh my god, he's so fucking good. Don't even try. It's debatable whether or not he could be in Z or S tier, because he has done pretty phenomenal in a lot of events, and I've had some experiences where he kind of screwed me over in some of them, but he's still very good. He's still very good. I'll keep him up in Z tier. Goku, there's no debate. He's gonna fit up there no matter what. I'm not gonna say much. It thanks to GDC and thanks to the way that he's built, any team that I build him on or any team that can be put on, he's probably gonna be guaranteed to fit in there. He has dodge. He can tank. And on top of that, if you exchange to Vegeta can do so much damage outside of that. And then their active skills, both Goku and Vegeta's active skills, they can pretty much clean any event possible. And that's why he's one of the best Dokkan Fest LRs that we've seen released till now. Dokkan Fest LRs, not all LRs. I'm pretty sure in general he is the best LR, but as of right now, he's probably the best Dokkan Fest LR that we've seen released in forever. And I love this unit so much. Ah, you. This unit is one of the reasons why units doing over 100 million damage exist. I'm serious. Tao is one of the reasons why some of the units now can do over 100 million damage. Or 16 million is what I should be saying. He's a good niche one right there. But I don't know how good he is in the difficult content. But he is a very good he's a very good Dokkan Fest unit. I would really use more. Oh my god, I can't say it correctly. I would use him more, but that depends on the content that's coming out. I could try him. I could try using him more again. No. I personally would say I don't like his super easy in my opinion. You could try making him work. Maybe he's not my thing. Hit is actually not too bad. Low damage, he's made to stack. He does have good mechanics that can work. But you just got to be very lucky with his dodges. But he can definitely work. You. You're a dreaded LR everyone, not LR, you're a dreaded Dokkan Fest that everyone hates. And I'm gonna be honest, both him and Hit have been coming on banners left and right, and I'm just tired of this shit. And I'm just tired of it, man. Please do not. I hate. Okay, here's my shtick with units that take that do self-inflicting damage to themselves when they super. I hate that mechanic. Any what's it called? Any super attack effect that says inflict X amount of HP to themselves gets thrown down 2 levels notched. Gets thrown down 2 levels at that fucking infuriates me when they do something like that. Sure, it makes sense because you're using a self-inflict or you're using a bunch of power and shit that does damage. There's supposed to be a balance in that in anime in the Dragon Ball anime where Calgon is supposed to hurt you whenever does hurt a lot whenever you use it. So I can see why they did it to them, but please don't do that. It ain't worth it. It's not really worth it. Not even for a 2025 release, please. Janemba and Pycon. I'm gonna personally say Janemba goes here and Pycon goes up here. Or actually, yeah, maybe. Or it can be both right down here. But I really do value the Ghost Usher effect over just tanking and or transforming and trying to tank still. He does stack, but the only difference between Janemba and Pycon is that Pycon gives a Ghost Usher, and that's huge. Even his Ghost Usher only works against single enemies anyways, which is what most of the difficult content is coming from compared to before. But still, dude, I prefer him over this. Ugh. What have I not? What have I not said about these guys? It has been a while since I've used these guys. If I recall, Goku needs to dodge in order to go into Gohan, and then Gohan can do the rest. Which, personally, I still think it takes a while to go into Gohan compared to way before, where it took even longer. It does take a short amount of time now, but I still feel like they could have done better. But Gohan is great. Gohan is actually pretty great. It's just that when you start off with Goku, to go into Gohan, he has to dodge. You're relying on dodge a lot, but it's still pretty good though. Cell. I have not used Cell yet. I've heard he's actually pretty decent. So I'll put him here. Cell's gotten a pretty good buff here, I guess. Especially with the release of 16. But he's not being used as much because of the gammas now. But his revive is pretty neat. That's the good thing about him. Kid Goku I do like. Not many people like him, but I do. I prefer that he's up here. But could be down here, just it really depends. Ah, this guy. I have not seen many people use him. Not at all. He can tank. But the damage reduction only lasts for like 10 turns, I believe now. If I do take him off. Wait, he's on Power Beyond Super Saiyan. Yeah, we go down to... Where is he? Oh, he's somewhere down here. There he is. 10 turn, 80% damage reduction. Oh, that's pretty much it, actually. Uh, Super Easy could be better. Unfortunately, he can work in most of the content, except whenever newer, harder, difficult content comes out, he's probably gonna get outclassed. I still like these two. I feel like if I really wanted to, they've done a pretty good job with their ECAs. So let me see, where are they? GT Heroes, that's right. GT Heroes. Boom, boom. What's this one? right? Yeah. Defense wise, defense wise. Oh my god. Okay. There you go. Defense wise, both him and Goku, they do pretty good. I feel like they deserve to be in here. No. I have him now, but no. 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 Here's the thing. I love the fact that they released Super Saiyan 3 Daima Vegeta. I hate that not be, I don't really truly understand why, but whenever I see this guy, I'm like, no. I haven't even used him actually, so I can't really put my true opinion on him. But I've heard he's mid, and that's where I'm gonna put him at. Oh, okay. Sorry. There's not much I can say about him other than he's mid. So let's go to these guys. Okay. Where do I even start? Where do I start? Both of them are phenomenal easy A's. Love them. I consistently use them. They are literal gods. People say that the Super Saiyan 4s are better than the gods. I can see why. But I personally see them as equals, no matter what. Well, difference being that when these guys use their first active skill, they get dodge. Whereas when they use their first active skill, they go into Gogeta, but they get damage reduction. Whereas this unit gets dodge. So depending on the situation, they both can work very well. But I know that these guys are good. They're better. But I like to have them both on here. And they're both doing really well. So Z tier is where they're staying at. And they will stay there. Probably for a period of time until some other unit outclasses both of them. Cell. I've had my fun with him. He's really good for a Super ECA. Oh no, what am I doing? They should have been up here. What am I doing? Okay. Ah, that's right. I'd say he's fine over here. Frieza. Crap, I haven't used him too much lately, haven't I? It could be better though. Janemba and Gogeta, they both are kind of similar in a way where they do get support in slot 2 or 3. But it depends on the team that you're running. But they can both work. I've used them in typical content before. It's just that I think the power creep has gone way higher than I originally thought. But they're both still really good. Vegito and Super Boo. Now, Super Boo has done wonders for me on difficult content. Vegito, it just really depends. Kind of wish they made him better. But I think it's gonna go like this. Yeah, that's where they're gonna be at. Oh boy. Oh my god. Dude, the 10th anniversary has changed so much. I would have put these guys at Z tier. Honestly, I can. But it's unfortunate that they went a notch down just because of GDC. Sure, you can get them to turn 5 and have them do their shit in their active skills and then go into Vegito and Gogeta respectively, getting the counter and the huge 50-60% support. But trying to get to their active skill fusions in 5 turns is... It's not impossible. It's just a little more difficult now compared to before, where longer events existed. So, I love them. I think they deserve to be in S tier. But I don't think they can get to Z tier now until, new, longer events exist. They need to scale down power creep, man. It's insane. Let's see. You too. Huh. Um, I'll put him here for now. I've used him in difficult content before, but not the GDC content. So they'll stick around here for now. Glorio, Daima Goku, I think they're still phenomenal, as is. Honestly, I feel like Goku could put up here, but his damage output is pretty low at the start. But as time goes on, right, as he can dodge more and more or get hit even more and more, his damage output does increase. But he has a dodge or die unit. He is one of those. I'll leave him here for now. I'll leave them both down here. I have not used these two that much. Clearly, I haven't. The last time I did use them was during their ECA initial release. So let me see. Do I have to go back? No, I have to go forward. Yeah, I do. Perfect. Where do they sit at? Oh yeah, that's right. They're one of those units, huh? Yeah, that's right. When they released at that time, they were pretty decent, but I feel like you could still make them work. I believe so. I feel like they fit in here actually. Gohan, probably so. Boo, it's not bad. He's pretty good. Not in all typical content, but just some. Probably down here actually, or here. Just depends. Yeah, probably around there. Beerus, he's fine up here. Slug, actually, with demonic power being a... Oh my god, I can't even say it. With demonic power actually being a really good team now, it ain't bad to have him up here. It's not bad. He's pretty good. He's still pretty good till this day. Oh my god, Fidel. Are you in here? No, you have to search you up, don't I? Right. Oh, you want her to be in slot 3. Or slot 1 or 2. Just really depends, right? Before attacking, has a great chance to dodge. Yeah, it works. So even if you do put her in slot, even if she does get slot locked, she'll still dodge until she actually attacks. But really, you want to have her in slot 3. I think that's fine. I think she's fine right there. Okay, Master Roshi. Master Roshi. Where do you stand, my friend? Oh yeah, her team. I forgot to mention her team. Oh. Actually, your Defenders of Justice. We haven't seen too many bumps for Defenders of Justice. Well, actually, no. No, we have because of the Gammas. I changed my mind actually. No, she stays there. This, God, I can't say too much about it, huh? 30% damage reduction for 7 turns, 20%, so 50% damage reduction. Additional super. Crit. Support. I say he's fine. Right around here. Full power Frieza. He's good. First slot, 30%. What's called it? First slot is a damage reduction and defense, and that's it. And then he can attack with a buttload of damage, I guess. That's how I see it. Vegeta. Scouter Vegeta specifically. It's been a while since I used him. I know he can stack a pretty ton. Just takes a while. If there's more Namek Saga support, maybe he can be up here. But I might leave him down here for now. Just my experience with him. He is very orb hungry, I'll tell you that. If I, what should call it, go into... Is it 4? Yep. Then guard, no, not guard, dodge, damage reduction, more of this. So it really depends on the orb placement, which I think, yeah, actually this is fine. I guess, I think you do want to add more dodge into this unit if you were doing potential system buffs on him. Oh, that's right. I think they're fine here. Their ECA is pretty good. Active skill is pretty good. Broly. His support is great. His support is actually pretty great. It's just that you need more rainbow orbs. He is a good World Tournament user. You can put him right here for now. They're actually not too bad. Broly has saved me a bunch of times. This unit, I can't say their team is actually not too. Their leader skill is actually not too bad. I can't go wrong. You can't go wrong with their leader skill. Let me see. Pull them up right now. Same thing with it's Broly. Leader skill is actually not too bad either. I just think when I think about using them, I switch over to Gohan. I'm sorry, that's how I feel. That's how I felt about it. I feel like they got outclassed with their standby. By the way, I feel like they did. I feel like they did get their shit outclassed, which kind of sucks. But they do so well. They're not gonna be made for GDC though. They're not gonna be made for like the most typical content, but you can make them worth it in other places. So I'll leave them at A tier. Topo, still the only Universe 11 lead. He's actually still not too bad. They've probably fallen off a bit nowadays. Same thing with them. Cooler. If they were to ECA the other 2022 LRs, I would have no issues with Cooler getting ECA. It's just when is another Cooler celebration gonna happen, or if we're getting it, or are we getting it during the 11th anniversary? I don't know, but I feel like he's here. I'm not a big fan of these guys, I'll be honest. Okay, this is where the magic happens. These two are presented to me as potential ECAs during this New Year celebration. But here's the thing, right? Currently, Gohan and Piccolo are like this. When we see their ECA, they will probably go even higher. I'd say at least S and Z tier if they do their ECAs right. But otherwise, this is where we're at, especially with Gohan. Why, for the love of hell, would you give a unit that requires super attacks to get buffed or to get extra stats when clearly the chances are low? Is it a medium chance? I forget. Movie heroes, movie heroes, movie heroes, movie heroes. Right here. And right here. Let me see. Yeah. Why? just, just why? Why? That's the question I'm trying to figure out. They haven't fallen off, honestly. If you're running them for Battlefield, honestly, they're fine. These guys are getting their ECAs during the 11th anniversary. No, do you know what I haven't seen so far in a little bit? Time limited buffs. They haven't been throwing them out recently. I don't know why they haven't done that yet. It's been a little bit. Can we get some time limited buffs here? Would love to try using these guys again. Would love to. But, they're not back yet. I personally would say this is where I also stand with them. Gogeta and Vegito. Almost the same exact unit. Except Gogeta gets more ki. No, I think they're both the exact same unit now. I think it's just Vegito can stack up ki with additionals. And then Gogeta, well, sort of the same thing. They're both literally the same. Technically, they are the same unit. Technically. Technically, they are. Except I think Gogeta gets more ki than Vegito when he super attacks. It's much easier to get his 18/24 ki. I'll probably just... They can dodge. That's literally their gimmick in their... Let's not talk about them. Let's not talk about them. If they EZA, they better EZA them pretty well. Or else I'm gonna fucking flip. Some awesome goes here. Well, actually, they fixed this issue recently. Like, I think it was like 2 days ago. I'm surprised it took them 2 years to fix the issue. I think it was an issue where he was negatively decreasing buffs on God Key enemies, and when there's the God Key enemies of increasing, which is stupid. But honestly, probably fit right here. Gohan and Goten. Don't have much to say about them, personally. Goku can go right here. I'm about to spam these things as fast as possible. The additionals, stacking defense. When you transform, he actually does pretty decently. He heals at the end of each turn. Sure. Sort of similar to them. They heal when they transform. Or use, actually. They stack. But they're not as truly defensive. But they can still work. Brawly. I don't have much to say about him. Beast Gohan, I'm still surprised. He actually works effectively. Even now. Goku and Vegeta, I feel like both of them, if you do it right in short-term events, they can probably do some work, and they could still do a lot of damage. They probably could, or you could just leave them right here, of course, but no, I don't think so. Maybe. Maybe not Vegeta, but Goku. Dodge does come a long way. I have not used him in a little bit. It's embarrassing. But I know how good he is. I'll just leave him right there for now. Go tanks. Yeah, I guess it works. Goku, Super Saiyan 3 Goku and Majin Buu. Now, how do I want to do this? How do I want to do this? It's crazy to me that his freaking revive is still relevant till this day. And I've done a video with him in this damn channel, so, yup. He's still relevant, guys. We're still good. We're still good. Same thing with him. Same thing with this unit. They're still good to go. Oh my god. Where is it? Is it Gohan? That is EZA. He EZA'd in 2024? Damn. It's been a while. They didn't really give him much when he EZA'd, right? Oh my god, they really did not give him a lot. Guard. Effective against all types and crit. Additional, so get another additional. Hmm. Kinda wish I give him more. No. Maybe. Well, he's kind of restricted to Terrifying Conquerors, which is why he's here. He's okay. Not the best. Go tanks. Super ECA wise, he's really good. Brawly. I'll put him here for now. This Goku's still pretty good. Always move up there. Bojack's ECA is actually pretty good. Probably not. Actually, they're probably not worth using right now. Same thing. He has some sort of use. Actually, this God Goku still has some pretty good use too. I've used him during one of my Super Battle Road videos, and that's probably where he's gonna stand for now. Personally, this is one of the better Kaioken Gokus, isn't it? Hold on. Kaioken. This is one of the better ones, isn't he? Yeah, this is one of the better Kaioken Gokus. At least this Goku. At least this Goku doesn't have to take any self-inflicted damage. Well, unfortunately, he's not too great right now. Unfortunately, it's not too great. And don't get me started with this motherfucker. I hate him so much. He has helped me quite a bit in here. You're in an interesting position right here, honestly. Interesting. Interesting position to be in. Super Bosses has done a lot, but you have not fare too much, I suppose. If you wanted to fit in super bosses, you can now. But there's better options. Super Saiyan 3 Goku. You just want to get into his Dragon Fist standby. That's it. Let's say he goes here. You... No. No. There's gonna be a few D's in here. You're not too bad, actually. I'll be honest. No. Yes, he has dodge. I can confidently say it's okay to have. He can counter. That's a good thing about him. No. He has not ECA'd. It has been 5 years and he has not ECA'd. Surely. Surely. Surely he's gonna ECA sometime in the future, right? Right? Like, dude. Oh, he has dodge. Oh, that's amazing, bro. And then he has damage reduction. Stun. He stacks. Oh my god. Oh my god. Please. His kit's actually bare bones. I don't even know where to start, bro. Please. For the love of hell. Give him something. He can transform and he can tank. Wait. Let me double check. Oh crap. Forgot about that part. Well, at least he can stack though, which is great. And he steals. Gotta keep that in mind. Actually, maybe convinced. He's convinced me a bit. Uh, if he can get better stat buffs, he will definitely be more up here in the epsilon. But if he doesn't super ECA in the future, he'll stay down here for a while. No. 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 No, never. No, unfortunately. He's okay. He actually has guard, which is surprising, and support, but he's okay. Same with you. He's gonna get up there. That supported me quite a bit, actually. It's surprising that he's actually not too bad. World Tournament. This is the World Tournament unit right here. Well, yeah, he's a World Tournament killer right here. Would highly recommend using him. I'm gonna put him right down here for now. Yamcha. Oh my god, actually surprising. He's a good ECA. Oh my god. These two are getting their ECAs. You just don't know when. It has to be in the celebration for sure. Gamma 2's right here. Gamma 1's up here for now. Yeah. That's where I personally think they go. They're pretty restricted, aren't they, to what you call it? It's been a while. Hold on. 17. It's been a while. Extreme class characters, when you go into here. Aren't they? No, they're not restricted. Oh, yeah, that's right. Their fucking active skill sucks. That's the issue. Oh my god, I forgot. Their active skill sucks. And what's even worse, they don't, well, they have dodge. I guess if you give them a bunch of additionals, they can work. But their active skill sucks. Gain less than 70% HP and getting to the 5th turn. That's stupid. Not worth it. At least androids got a buff though. Uh Speaking of androids, we got like 5 androids back to back. Let's just spam through this one. Honestly, a decent lead for androids. Honestly, she should probably pit down here if she gets an ECA in the future. You have a use, but if you super ECA, you're probably gonna jump up here. But no, you don't. You don't have a super ECA, bro. You have an ECA that's useful. Yeah, you're fine. Actually, I think you're decent, okay? I've used them plenty of times. Same thing with you. Honestly, depends. Yeah, this can work. Uh, Fortunately not. You're not too bad, actually. Make you work right there. No. You have a use, actually. Not really my forte right here. Same thing with you. Probably like 1 use out of everyone. Could be better. There are better options out there. A little restricted, but you work. You're not bad. You need more help. You need more help. Not too bad of an ish. Not too bad for Battlefield. There are technically better options out there. His ECA actually did improve his original release, but there's better shit out there. Yeah, sure, why not? Super ACA him and he'll work fine. You can work fine. You need help. He's actually a lot better for me. Gaffel actually does a pretty good job, and then obviously these guys actually do pretty phenomenal. I think that's every Dokkan Fest. Dude. Someone's gonna hate people are gonna hate me for this list. But I think this is what I see. That's how every unit's gonna be ranked. People will probably gonna be mad about Beast Gohan being 8 tier, but here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. I could honestly argue that he would be an S tier, but it just depends. You know what? He could be up here actually. Because of how short some fights are, he could actually still be here. He could. I'll leave him probably between here and here. Up to you guys, honestly. Yeah, that's it. Oh my god. I'm done. Yay! This list is gonna look. Hold on. One more. Oh boy. Oh boy. This is gonna be a fun one. Oh, I bet people are gonna love this. Trust me, I bet people are gonna love this. Definitely. Let me know what you guys think of this list. I know some of y'all are not gonna be happy, or you could be questioning. So feel free to question me on this stuff, because I do plan on improving this next year. Anyways, or at the end of this year. Anyways, let me know what you guys think. And as always, I'll see y'all next time.